This is Talkin Trent. We are Talking Trent.
So, how was your Thanksgiving?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Wonderful.
Did you have turkey and
Yes.
all the normals? Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty traditional kind of gig.
Yeah. His brother was there, several other people, friends, his best friend from high school who I was friends with also. My kids.
Gotcha.
The
Yeah.
best friend's wife, their daughter, her husband.
Wow,
Shitload
big
of people.
full house. Nice.
It was. Yeah.
Cool.
And her two kids were somewhere else, which actually I was kind of stoked about because it was kind of less chaotic because 4 kids
Gotcha.
usually running around. It was just 2. But yeah, I had a great.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And I didn't work for the first time in like 10 years.
You usually work on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Well, you like sign up for it so that like
no, we
get
usually
New Year's off or something?
Well, we usually end up working 2 of the holidays.
Right.
So I work Christmas Day night, and then I usually work Thanksgiving night.
Gotcha. Like I said, that way you can get New Year's off, right?
Yes.
Or no?
And Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
Or Halloween if necessary.
Well, Halloween's a given. She already knows. I don't think I've ever worked.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever worked a Halloween.
Nice. Excellent. Well, that leads right into, did you do anything special for Black Friday?
I did not.
No?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. Because I did.
You did?
I did something real fun. I did. Since it was Black Friday, there was a goth show concert in my local area. And I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. The headliner, his name was Matt Black, like Matte, you know? And then BLV instead of an A, you see. Yeah. BLVCK.
Browsed the video.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty cool. So, I wanted to show you a couple of videos that I had.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a reason for it. You know, we talked earlier, it's not necessarily Nine Inch Nails centric, but it definitely comes back to something that we talked about in an earlier episode.
Seems like you had a good time.
It was a great show. So the first act is called The Crystal Tears.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Yo, I gotta say, I love the energy. All right. First of all, I don't know how well you can see, but they're all painted like Dia de la Muertes, like Day of the Dead. All right. Also, you can kind of see how small the club is. They're a small club.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's giving me Thrill Kill Cult vibes.
And the dude on the cello.
Not the music, the size of the club.
Hold on a second. Right. I did just want to talk about the energy there.
Yeah.
Because they were great. As soon as I walked in the door, they were the ones that were like, fuck ice. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. They only had about maybe 15 people watching them, right? So they were very, like, opening act energy, you know? Like, you could, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know how long they've been together, you know, or anything like that, like what their deal is, because, like, it's a very limited, like, genre, what they're doing. You know what I mean? Compared to the rest. But I really enjoyed it. The people that did watch it, we enjoyed it. You know, the lead singer, she was really cute, had a lot of energy. She was doing, you know who she reminded me of? A very young Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she had like Yeah, she had the black robe and she was spinning around and all this, you know. So I was
It was
like,
like
that was pretty
it
cool.
gave me Stevie Nicks vibes, and then it was also like I don't know what, like Susie and the Banshees or something vibes or something.
That's what that last song was. I don't know. I can't remember what song it was called,
Oh, was
but it was literally a Susie and the Banshees cover. Yeah,
well
yeah, yeah,
then I
yeah,
guess I know more than I.
yeah. You nailed it. Ching! You nailed it.
I think
Yeah.
anti-establishment rock or anti-establishment music is really on the upswing.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And that was one of the
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
Tom Morello had said at his show
Yeah.
was that that's one of the few things you can do is keep making art and just,
And on some level, on a certain level, I do want to hear it. I remember Patrice O'Neill making fun of Lady Gaga for saying something political. When you're at a big show, like Trent doesn't say anything political. There is a political undertone to almost everything that he's, talking about, et cetera, et cetera. But he's not. You know what a song I heard the other day, since we're here? Capital G, which at the time, they were basically saying it was about George Bush. Now you can listen back to it and you can still apply that, but I think the G is like, because he says you're trading one God for another. You know what I mean? And is basically saying like, whatever you honestly believed in with your capital G, right? You actually, all you believe in is money and capitalism, right? With a little G, So I feel like it's not George Bush. I think that was inspired by George Bush and the politics and of the time.
well, and that's what went around, I feel like back in the
Right,
90s or
right,
not
right,
90s,
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Back in the time when that came out and the internet, well, I guess the internet was fairly prevalent back. I feel like because that's what I
Yeah,
remember hearing what it was about or thinking George Bush
right.
for the longest time, but I feel like I looked it up and that's not that's
It's
not
like
what Trent says it was about something else.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about greed.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
You know what I mean? Right, right.
As a matter of fact, specifically, I think that's exactly what it was. Greed, yeah.
That like I said, I just heard it and I was like, oh wait, this has nothing to do with George Bush at all.
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Well,
but I mean, it's like Sting and Bono. Like when they started talking about politics, you're like, boo. So I mean, it depends on the level of it.
So that was the opener.
You know.
The club was giving me Thrill Kill Cult vibes. When we saw Thrill Kill Cult, the few times I've seen, they've always been like in a tiny, tiny place like that where you could like reach up and untie their shoes. That's what I always think in my head.
We'll be getting to that in the second act because, I didn't know how hard it was going to be to get on the rail. It was not.
Yeah.
Not only I was able to go up to the front because, okay, that's another thing. Like that video, you can tell it's kind of shot back, from the back. So I was in the back for the first act, right? Then I went to the front, and we'll get to that, right? And I had a beer with me, and I was like, at first I like, what's what?
I call those places the artist can kick your drink off the stage because there is no barrier, so people are just sitting their drinks there. Like
there was, I literally could have 100%. I could have put it on a speaker, 100%. Like I said,
that.
Yeah.
Untying their shoes. That's my.
And then, like I said, also, so I had after the first act, I went up to the front, but then I finished my beer and I was like, oh, I don't want to lose my spot. No, I took it to the garbage, came right back. No problem. No questions asked. No pushing, no shoving. Right back up to this front.
Is the past trauma still?
Yeah. I'm like, they're like, no, feel free. You can go right there. Do you want to get a little more in the center? Would you like to be a little more in the center? I was like, this is great.
But just come backstage or
look, you know what? It's good to know. You know what I mean? Anytime I want to go to the show, I know I can go.
Oh yeah, that's
right up to the front.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
no problem.
In those small places like that, you can pretty much guarantee that you can do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of backstage, have you ever been backstage anywhere?
No. I don't know what I'd do. Yeah.
I've had 2 backstage experiences.
I know the big one.
What's the big one?
George Clinton.
Yeah, Dr. Funkenstein. And my second backstage experience was Kill Hannah. They're kind of like a emo type band, a local bar. And the girl that worked there, her dad. I worked with her dad, and so we got like a special table, and then when it got over, we were allowed to go in the backstage area and just hang out with Kill Hannah.
So it's not like you got something signed.
Actually, I did. I got all their autographs on the set list. It's around here somewhere.
I'm glad you set that up. That may be a clue as to what I've got to show later in the show. But so that's a good segue. So Kill Hannah, you can't think of any songs that they might have done because they sound familiar. I'll have to look them up.
I think their biggest hit's called "Lips Like Morphine" or something like that.
I'll have to look that up. All right.
They were decent. They were nice people. They were fun to hang out with.
Was it just like rock and roll?
Emo, kind of emo-y, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like early 2000s. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this was the second act called So Much Blood, which is an Atari Teenage Riot reference. Yeah, this is pretty good. The light show is awesome.
Yeah, it's
For
very nice.
what it was? For what it was?
For a $30 ticket.
So this is just one dude.
I was gonna say,
This is
Boys
like
Noise vibes.
Boys Noise.
I just said Boys Noise vibes.
This is short. This guy's like my age. This dude was killing it. So you get the idea.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, Boys Noise vibes.
100.
Lighting and all. Although, I mean, Boys Noise was definitely more club-like than that guy.
I was going to say, if anything, once again, I wouldn't mind. I trade 30 minutes of Boys Noise for 15 minutes of this guy. You know what I mean? Again, nothing against Boys Noise. It's just that hour's too long, right? And it needs to, it'd be nice if there was something that separated, you know what I mean, Boys Noise from when he goes in to do the 9 Inch Nails remixes. It'd be nice if there was something different. But anyway, so speaking of going backstage, later, for a variety of reasons, basically when I left, I was like, man, I easily could have met anybody that performed this evening. I guarantee no one would have stopped me.
Yeah. I love the small shows.
If I ever see that So Much Blood again, I will definitely try to meet him. You know what I mean? Because I would love to talk to him. I'd love to interview him. He's clearly influenced by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. You know what I mean? That's clearly, you know, he was like, ha, I can do the work of two guys. I'm one guy, you know. But yeah, I think I had mentioned, speaking of Atari Teenage Riot, that was one of the first like small shows that I went to a long time ago. And one of their opening acts was something like that. It was one dude with a shitload of different keyboards and lights and, you know, synthesizers and just one dude, right? And I'm always fascinated by that. First and foremost, who do you think got paid more at the end of the night? Him or that band that I just showed you that had like 8-9 people in it? Mm-mm. How are they going to split up when they got paid? For real. That's all going back into the band because you can't get paid. There's not enough to pay everybody. You know what I mean? Whereas So Much Blood, he gets to keep all of his money, all to himself. Trent Reznor style. You know, he's living the dream. He's living the dream. I was like, looking at that guy, I'm like, man, you're living it, bro. You're not on the same level, but you're living it. You know what I mean? You know, he's got to put all his own equipment away at the end of the night. You know, shit like that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter.
Some of my favorite bands I've ever seen, I've helped them bring their equipment out at the end of the
That's what I'm saying. So, last thing I want to talk about as far as the show was the headliner. Now, the headliner was Matt Black, as I talked about earlier, and there's going to be a video of that at the end of this episode. We'll get to that. But the story I wanted to talk about had to do with yet another set list.
Yay!
Yay!
They're like merit
right.
badges.
Yeah. You know, it's like I got to get something out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now, from back in the day, it's like now I'm just spoiled. If I go to any show, I got to get something to show for it. All right. So, super easy to get up to the front, right? But I didn't see any set lists for anybody else, right? But the headliner, they're setting them up. And I see this roadie come out.
Nice.
Puts out three. That's important to remember. Show ends, and as you'll see in the video, oh boy, did that guy make a personal connection with the audience.
Oh,
all
nice.
right?
Cool.
There was one point, because he's like Depeche Mode, okay? They're very much like Depeche Mode. Very moody, very emotional, and very erotic. It's very goth, right? So he's singing this song, and it was like super sexual. And then I realized that he is singing this song to like this 75-year-old lady. It was so funny, dude. Because everybody was like, that is adorable. That is first and foremost, look at this old lady at this concert.
I was gonna say, what was she doing there? I mean, I
Props,
hope to be
son.
her.
Props, son. That's what I'm saying. First of all, she's there, right? And second of all, he picked her out and was like, thank you for coming to the show, man. That's tight. That is tight. So he was like holding her hand and singing directly to her. It was awesome.
Aww.
It was awesome. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I saw a news story about a lady, like an 80-some-year-old lady who has loved Nine Inch Nails forever, that had always wanted to see them, end up...
I think I saw that. Yeah.
But, like,
yeah.
She's like Nine Inch Nails for a long time. This old lady is up on the new shit, the new trend. This old lady's on the pulse. She is
I was like,
hip.
That's what I mean, is like his personal connection starting with her. And then later in the show, he came down. He didn't come down at my side, but like the whole one side, you know, he was like doing high fives and doing this and doing that, you know. And it's like a couple times he was like making direct eye contact. And, you know, he was great. He was great. You know, I was like, this is a great show. All right. Show gets over. And I know where the set lists are. And everybody leaves. You know, it was like how you were talking about. They don't know. You know, 95% of the crowd don't know, right? And there's not that many people there. So 95%.
Or they don't care.
Whatever. Or they don't care. Right. Because this, let's be honest, this means nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not to you. It means something to you.
That's exactly right. 95% of the people leave. And it's me and 5 women, okay? And one of them was the one who got sung to, right? So right there, she's getting a set list. That's assumed.
That's a given.
All right. There's one gone. Now, when I got closer to this group of women, they didn't look at me or nothing, but one of them is like yelling, hey, Rhodey, hey, come over here, hey, right? And I looked over at him, and her and another one, they kind of looked at me, because at first it was just their group of women, right? And then here comes some dude. Don't mind me. And they're screaming for the roadie, and one of them is like, you know, she's getting a set list and I'm getting a set list, right? And I'm like, well, hey, I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them, so, you know, we ain't got to fight, right?
To say the hostility.
It was just the 2 of them out of the group, but the one was looking at me like, I don't know about that, you know? So this roadie comes out, and this is the biggest reason this podcast is dedicated to the roadie, because I said I'd do it. Shameless.
Making good on your promise.
I don't know your name, brother, but thank you.
I'm going to mention you on my brand new podcast, and we have 14 subscribers right now.
I told him I'll make you famous, bro. First of all, I got to give a shout out to what he did. He comes up to the ladies and he gives them the first set list, except it was a blank piece of paper that he had somehow done like a Chris Angel to him. It was so funny. She's like, she goes, thank you. What the? Hey! It was so...
Guess you couldn't read minds after all, Karen.
And then he turned around. He's like, oh, here you go. Right? But the fact that he did it was so funny. I was like, that was great, dude. That was so great. Just that you got the reaction you were looking for. You know what I mean? Because she could have been like, that's funny. Set list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she was like, it's like, okay, lady, calm down. So she got that one.
A happy person.
I mean, we're all just having fun. We're all just having fun, right? So he did that. So there goes the first one, right? And then he gets the second one, right? And I'm like, oh, man, come on, I'm on a podcast and da-da-da-da-da. I really like the show. I mean, I saw, all Matt Black's videos. I really liked it, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, I don't know, man.
It's like a dream.